All right, so today I want to talk to you guys about optimization, because a lot of people seem to get caught up in this whole optimization side of things, and they're always looking for the magic bullet. You know, they're always looking for like, oh, what should I be doing? Should I be doing, you know, this type of meal timing? What about this diet? What do you think about this? What do you do about this? And it's like, at the end of the day, sorry, I'm trying to move this camera. You need to focus on getting consistency in your diet, right? First of all, more than anything, before you focus on supplements, before you focus on meal timing, before you focus on any of that stuff, are you actually adhering to your calories? Because if you're not, it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to get results, you know, especially if you're trying to diet for the most part. If you're not adhering to your calories, good luck with making progress, because you can have all the supplements you want, you can take any fat burner you want, you can take all that shit, but if you're not getting enough calories in, you are not going to get results. Sorry, if you're getting too many calories in, you're not going to get results. That's why calorie deficit comes first, all right? Secondly, protein intake. If you want to maintain your muscle mass, it's not about your special supplements. It's not about the creatine. It's not about meal timing. It's about getting total protein intake in. Total protein intake matters most for protein, all right? So if you're not getting your total protein, who gives a shit if you're spreading it out throughout the day, trying to be even? Who gives a shit if you're like, oh, well, what about I'm trying to get within this specific carbohydrate intake and this fat intake? Who cares? If you're not getting your protein in, again, you're pissing in the wind, all right? So protein comes second. Third comes your fruits and your veggies, because guess what? If you don't get in enough fruits and veggies, you're not gonna get your micronutrition in. You're not gonna get your vitamins and minerals. You're gonna have a deficiency. That is an issue if you have a deficiency, because then it's going to cause metabolic issues, right? You're gonna be tired, lethargic, you might have nails that are breaking, you're gonna have a whole bunch of different issues that could be happening because you're not getting your vitamins and minerals in. So instead of focusing on, again, casein, all that other special shit, focus on your fruits and veggies. Once you have those things nailed, then you can start to move down the list. But again, the whole protein timing side of things, the supplements, all that stuff, that's 5%, give or take, of your progress, right? 5%. You want to get the most amount of progress, you don't even have to worry about that shit for the most part. You want to get 90 to 95% of it here, like of progress, the best way, it literally comes from total calorie intake, protein intake, getting your fruits and veggies in, right? Not worrying about specific macros, about where your carbs and your fats are, not gonna do shit. They're gonna be your foundational things, okay? Once you're nailing them, then we look at, are you getting enough fiber in your diet, okay? Then we look at, are you getting enough calcium in your diet? Are you getting whole grains? Are you getting things that are gonna be better for your overall health? And I'm not even touching on supplements and stuff like that, because again, they are the smallest things. They will not get you the results that you're expecting. You think your supplement's gonna be the answer, or you think that fucking meal timing, you think that spreading out your protein is the answer to you not seeing progress. It's not, all right? It's the things that you're not doing that are the most important stuff. It's the big rocks. You probably heard me talk about big rocks before. It is the big things, okay? There's no point trying to focus on the little things that are gonna get you that 5%, because what's 5% compared to 95%? It's fuck all right? And it's funny because it's like, surely it's not that simple. It actually is. It is actually that simple. And for anyone in finance or investing side of things, just like when it comes to investing, people can't beat the averages for the most part, you know? If you invest in an ETF, and you know, something that basically follows the top 200 in the stock market and stuff like that, you're gonna get a good return. And it's like, surely it's not that simple. It is. The finance people say it. The people who say, like, you know, the people who aren't out just for money and they're actually trying to help you, the biggest people in the industry, what do they say? Go and follow an ETF. There's a reason they say that, because you can't beat the market. You know, people who say they can lie, right? And so it's just like it's finance, just like it's other with nutrition. It's the simple shit. The stuff that you're probably like, oh, nah, it can't be that easy. It's that easy, you know? Again, focus on focus on supplements. Go and buy all the supplements you want. Go and buy creatine, go buy beta-alanine, go take all the fat burners you want, all right? Take as many as you want. Doesn't it? Go take them all. Go take all the caffeine. Guess what? If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not gonna fucking see any results. Because calorie deficit decides whether you will lose body fat or not. And you can take as many fat burners as you want, but they don't beat the law of thermodynamics of less energy coming in, okay? Plain and simple. You can try, go for it, you know? you're not going to notice any differences. You can start to try and work on protein, spreading it out throughout the day, but if you're not even getting a total protein intake in, again, it's pointless. Because total protein intake matters most. If you're not getting total protein intake in, then you're not going to see the results you want. Like, it is that simple, I'm telling you. And your fruits and veggies, you're like, oh, what are they going to do for my body composition? Well, they contain fiber. They contain micronutrients. So micronutrients are not directly related to giving you energy, but they are involved in many processes in the body. And there are reasons why, let's say, iron deficiency, you don't have any energy. Magnesium deficiency, potassium deficiency, things like that. What else is there? Zinc deficiency. People struggle with vitamin B deficiencies, all these things because you're not eating your fucking fruits and vegetables. Like, less than 7% of the Australian population do not eat enough fruits and vegetables. And you're worrying about, should I have, I need to be within 5 grams of my carbohydrate intake and 5 grams of my fat intake. God forbid you go over and under. Like, you think like that's gonna have an actual significant degree on anything. People act like it does, but it doesn't, And the people who act like it does, guess what? They're the people who are a bit neurotic. They're the people who focus on these things because that is what, that's their job for the first part. But mostly these people are also, in that bodybuilding industry, in that little neurotic industry. And people don't like me saying neurotic, but it's fucking true, The obsessiveness over those little things when you can't even get enough fucking fruits and vegetables in your diet is stupid. You're pissing in the wind, basically, You're focusing on things that are not going to get you anywhere. And again, you can keep trying to focus on those eating within the 5 grams and doing all these optimization things, but you're going to be spinning your wheels, right? I'll prove it to you by you just doing it. Now, keep doing exactly what you're doing. Don't worry about calorie intake. Don't worry about protein. Don't worry about your fruits and veggies. You keep eating within the 5 grams of macros. You keep focusing on making sure you get that supplement. Make sure you get the creatine in because creatine is important. Make sure you're getting those fat burners in. Make sure you're getting in, the BCAAs. Make sure you're getting those BCAAs in. Don't worry about total protein. No, Jesus. Like, fuck. It's that simple. All right. So you got to stop focusing on the things that really don't matter. You actually, like, for me, I don't really worry about, what don't I worry about? Pre and post workout nutrition for the most part. I'll have some carbs beforehand at some point. I'll have my protein afterwards within 90 minutes. Not that hard, right? I don't buy all these special supplements. I have half the time forget to take creatine. I never buy fat burners because they're a waste of fucking money. I don't buy test boosters. I don't buy BCAAs because I focus on my total protein intake. Sometimes I don't eat 4 meals a day. I eat 3 meals a day. God forbid I'm going to lose some muscle mass because I'm not optimizing my muscle protein synthesis. All these things that you guys hear about, all this important stuff, they don't really matter. It really doesn't. And again, like I'm telling you guys, it is the simple things that add up to the biggest results. And if you focus on those simple things, here's the cool thing about focusing on the simple stuff. You're more adherent, right? It's less stressful. It doesn't take up as much time in your brain and mental space for always trying to do calculations. It makes you feel like more of a human. It makes life easier. It adds to health and fitness. Well, health and fitness adds to your life instead of consuming it. It's much better to focus on the little things that will give you the biggest results instead of focusing on the minutia every time. Like you're in a meeting at work and you're like, oh fuck, it's been 3 hours. I need to go and have my protein surgery because my coach said so. And if I don't, I'm going to melt away into nothing and lose all my gains. Doesn't happen like that, right? Which is a good thing, because the cool thing is if you can focus on doing less and get away with doing less, it makes life way easier, Instead of trying to chase all these unattainable things, you focus on the things that are attainable, that'll give you the most amount of progress, and you'll get progress. Shock, horror. And guess what happens when you achieve progress? And you can keep it because it's not consuming your life. You have a job, you have a life. You're not single, well, you might be single. You're not a fitfluencer who works from home, who has any time to go to the gym, who doesn't have kids, maybe has a dog, maybe has a fitfluencer partner, has all the fucking time in the world for them to focus on those things, which is great. If they want to focus on that stuff, absolutely. But if you're not a bodybuilder, if you just want to lose a little bit of weight, if you just want to look a little bit better than you do now, look good naked basically, have a little bit of muscle tone, have some strength, you don't need to focus on half the shit they're talking about. So please stop focusing on the little things that aren't going to get you results.